This video is sponsored by Studio Bebop and YugiOhPrices.com for all your pricing needs. Now available on the App Store. For more information, check the description below.
What's up guys, this is Lenthio coming at you with a new deck profile of my Herald of Perfection deck. This is an updated version after testing for the format. Brought it to locals, did very well. Beats things like Insectors, Mermals, you know, so on and so forth. A very close matchup against Dragon Rulers. I only lost because I ended up drawing 5 vanillas, which was lovely. But yeah, so did well with that, obviously. But it's just more the update on how, you know, how the deck works, and my choices that I think should be main decked and so on and so forth. So yeah, so we'll get into it. So I won't explain kind of like all the things that don't need to be explained, like for example 3 Herald of Perfection, your boss monster. Don't really need to explain that. If you don't know what it is, then go check it out. We have 3 Manju, just too good. It really helps me just search everything. It's sad when he gets veiled, but that's life. Then we have the 3 Venus and the 3 Shine Balls to accompany that. Works with Advanced Ritual Art and just works for general plays. If you can't do Herald first turn, it's very nice to do Venus first turn. So you can do like Venus Gachi if you really want. Excuse me, or you can use it with the Transmodify plays. Running 2 Earth, only 2. The reason, even though it's gone to 3, the reason that I don't run 3 is because I don't think it adds anything to the deck. A lot of people say, yeah, it's an extra search and, you know, and all that, but I'd rather summon Manju than summon an Earth. So Earth is good. It's a nice tuner to have, but I still recommend that you if you can find space for it, then fair enough if you really can. But I really don't like 3 Earth. I did test it and I just didn't like it. So that's the reason for just 2. Then we have the 3 Master Hyperion. This card wins games on its own, basically. It's just the ease in which you can drop this card. It's just so good. And against one of the Mermail players, he had I nearly had game. I was like, I need like another monster to go again. I can't remember what his field was, but I think it was like a Tragodia that was on quite high attack. And I ended up having one of these in hand. I drew another, popped it, and then just destroyed him after that. So pretty salty, but it's good. So Hyperion is good at 3, sorry. Then we have 2 Christia. Still amazing. This card's just so good. This wins games purely on its own. Out of all the games I've played, having Christia and Herald, no one's ever beat me. So it says something. I'm sure I'll get beaten one day, but it's just such a good combo that, you know, it's quite unbreakable. Then we have the 2 Tethys. Tethys is a very good card if you don't know what it does. Basically, whenever you would draw a fairy monster, you can reveal it and draw another. So if you draw, for example, Magical Mallet, and you draw like 3 fairies, you can show one of them to draw, and it doesn't have to be the last card that the fairy doesn't have to be the last card you drew. So for example, if you do Magical Mallet, and you draw 3 cards, and you draw a fairy, then spell, you can reveal the monster to keep drawing. A lot of people argue with me saying that you can't do that, it has to be last card, but they're wrong. And the official ruling is that you don't have to, it doesn't have to be the last card you draw. Then we have 3 Herald of Orange. This isn't, excuse me, this is a change. I've put 3 in. This card is so good, this format, so good. A lot of people, you catch them out with it, especially obviously if they go first in the first game, and they don't know what you're playing. Against the Dragon Ruler, he kind of went a little bit all out to get a Drago sack, kind of thinking that he was going to be comfortable. And I just Herald of Orange when he activated the effect. Sorry for kicking the camera. And yeah, it's just so good. Like the problem is if you go up against like Infinities and they try and do setup first turn, stop them straight away, because otherwise I guarantee you will not win. Just because Herald doesn't stop counter traps, and they'll have like 3 barriers, and you just sat there like, oh, great, this isn't going to go well. So this card is proving to be really good. All, you know, worst case scenario is a tuner, and it's fodder for Herald, but having it at 3 is really helping me, and I really like it at 3. Then we have a new addition. We have a Gel and Duo, secret rare. This card helped me. in the week. It works with Transmodify, obviously, to get that Tethys, so you can kind of just sit on it a bit. And it's just really good. It's surprising how much I like it in the deck, so it's definitely staying in. So it's kind of replaced Jupiter. Jupiter was okay, but it kind of really started to annoy me because I kept drawing it when I really didn't want it, I didn't need it. And at least with Gel and Duo I can stall for a bit. So yeah, that's the reason that I have that. Then we have Honest, because Honest is honest, wins me games. And then the two vanillas, the Megami and the Demise. Still need to get a super one of these. So yeah, so Advanced Ritual Art targets can be used on its own, never summon it, obviously. So yeah, so that's the monsters. Can't remember how many monsters I have. But anyway, yeah, going on to the spells. It's kind of standard, hasn't really changed. We have 2 Advanced Ritual Art. Card's so good, looks so good in DT. Then we have the 2 Transmodify. Card's really good. I ended up siding it out a couple of times just because I wanted to make way for obviously the important side cards. But yeah, it's still good, still really enjoy it. It isn't just for Tethys plays, I can do other plays. I can do like Exceed plays with 10 tempo if I really want. So you go Venus, Shine Ball, Shine Ball, Shine Ball, Shine Ball, sorry, Transmodify one of the Shine Balls, get another Venus overlay into 10 tempo, and you know, if you're against an Orphean, there are plays out, you know, to get rid of it. 2 Preparation Rites, really considering putting it to 3, but every time I do, it's just really cloggy. So it's at 2 currently, and I'll leave it at that, but the card's just really good. I played Advanced Ritual Art against someone, and they warninged me, and I had this in hand. I was like, okay, I'm just going to +1 and make you really salty, because obviously you play Advanced Ritual Art, you don't have to pay, there's no like cost, it's just when it resolves. So you go Advanced Ritual Art, then they have to warning the Advanced Ritual Art, then you go, okay, Preparation Rites, get Herald, and then get the Advanced Ritual Art from grave, play it again. So yeah, it's really good. So I really do like that card. Then we have the 1 Magical Mallet. Works really well, I like it at 1. Part of me wants to put it to 2, but I think I'll leave it at 1, to be honest. 1 Dawn the Herald, constantly fighting with this card. Every time I say that I'm going to take it out, I end up drawing it when I need it desperately. So it's staying in. And then just the 1 Dark Factory of the Mass Production. This card causes a lot of rage quits because it's just like, I'll just take that +1 that's going to negate you twice. And then the final card, or cards, which is, a lot of people are going to be quite angry with this, and it is very dirty, but 3 Vanity's Emptiness. This card is just nuts in this deck. It is absolutely nuts. You can just so comfortably sit, kind of like the basic lock is you have Herald and you have this, and you can just happily go on negating, because you can protect this from the MSTs and all the spell and trap destruction with Herald. And don't forget, it's not affected by Herald, because it says that it has to be from destroy it if it's from deck or field. You're discarding from hand, so you can just sit there. You can go the Herald play, and then when they want to try and do like special summon, you just go like, oh, Vanty's Emptiness. Do you wanna activate that MST from hand? Okay, negate it. So against the Momo play, I played this a lot. I just ended up drawing it quite a lot. He just revealed the Megalo, ditched the Marksman, and I was like, fine, activate Vanities. And it's just so good. So yeah, this card was an MVP, really, really good. Not taking it out at all. I didn't side it out once. I didn't even take 1 copy out because it was just so good against so many decks. Unfortunately, I didn't see it at all against the Dragon player. But he was saying, when we were siding, he was saying that like this would be such a dirty thing to do. He was saying like that would be so sick. You'd be horrible. You'd be a sick human being if you did this. And I was like, what? I presented my deck to him at that point. So I was like, I'm not going to change anything. He was like, if you put inside in Vanty's Emptiness, and I was like, yeah. I main 3, and his face kind of dropped. So it was quite funny. But it's unlucky that he didn't get it. But yeah, just this card is just, it just helps you so much. You can kind of sit on it, build up your resources, and then just kind of destroy it in your own way and go off. So yeah, as the deck is, it's 40. I'll show you the extra deck. You don't really use it that much, but it's always good to have there. So I'll show you the 8s. We have the Angel of Zera, Crimson Blader, and Scrap Dragon. Still haven't summoned this, but on paper it's good if I want to, if it dies and then a Hyperion on it and bring it back. Crimson Blader is just relevant, and so Scrap Dragon. They're just kind of standard ones, to be honest. Then we have the 2 7s, which is Black Rose and Ancient Sacred Wyvern. Going to this surprising amount, this not so much, but it is there in case, you know, I have a problem and I need to get rid of something. Just the 1 6, which is Gaia, just because it's level 6, because I do have Manjus and level 2 tuners. Level 5 is Armada Keeper and Catasta. Good cards, just kind of good to have. Yeah, nothing really much to say about them. I have summoned the Armada, and it was and it was good. It was against the Bujin player. That was fun. 1 Armory Arm because Venus. No, because Shine Ball and level 2 tuners, and I have actually summoned it, so it is useful. That on the Hyperion was nasty. Then going on to the Exceeds, we have a 1 Starlight Paladinamo. Card's so good. I do make it every so often, so yeah, the card's really fun. 1 Tempo, just in case there's an Evil Swarm matchup, and it screws me over, so yeah, that's that. And then the level 2s, which obviously we have more. We have a Dawn Herald, Daigos the Phoenix, Dark Mist, and Gachi Gachi. Still not convinced on this card. I know the plays you can do with it, and I know it is like decent, but it's every time I go into the extra deck, I'm like, I don't have a use for this. So I might be taking this out, possibly for something else. I don't know, maybe another Gachi. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. So Gachi, the ones that should always stay are them. Gachi's just standard good. Phoenix is good. Also help with Christia plays if you want to just kind of dump stuff really quickly. And obviously the Dark Mist is very, very useful. Card's so good. Actually won me a game at the weekend. So yeah, so that's the deck list, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you realise how dirty the Vanity's Emptinesses are. So yeah, so this is kind of like the build that I've got going for a while. It's working very, very well. I'm very happy with it. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you later.